Page 7, With Love in My Heart. This is a piece taken from an actual piano piece. It's based on one of the Chopin etudes. A lot of piano pieces, the melodies in them are actually used for songs. People come along later and add words to the melody, alter the melody a little bit, turn it into a song, and they've got their thing for them. Okay, and that's sort of what this is. So I'll go through my routine for learning a piece of music. I look it over, I see it's 1 page long. Treble and bass clef, 4 sharps in the key signature, so we're in the key of E major. So I'm going to do the scales and arpeggios for the key 4 sharps, which is E major and C sharp minor. On those, a 4/4 time we have a pickup beat. And I want to do it one hand at a time and make sure I understand what each hand is doing first. I'm going to try and connect everything with the fingers if I can. That forces me to try and find a fingering that sort of works connected. And I've found that seems to be the most reliable. At least that's what I had to do in college, so that's what I'm doing here. So it's 1, 3, 1 and 2, 3 and 1. And they have here. No, you can do a 2 on the D sharp if you're here. You can just stay there. So you do a 5, and then you can do whatever you want. I do a 2 on the D sharp. I like to stay out here. I don't want to put my hand up here. Here, here. And then again, here you can come up here because both notes are block keys. Let's go down to the 4th line. Start with 2nd measure. You're here. 2, 1. Yeah, B sharp now. Here. And it's still a B sharp. They put the sharp of the 2nd B in parentheses. It's a courtesy sign because it is still a B sharp. It's in the same measure. These if you can. Okay, left hand mainly just broken chords here. So connect it if you can. 4th line down, last measure, these chords, they're all black keys, so you use thumb okay. And then C natural. Ditch taking the chord here, and that's the fingering, and it's just a broken chord. Here. So put the hands together here. Now, if you don't want to do that, it's up to you. They're all black keys. Anyway, you go through and put the hands together, and then go back through the hard hands, tricky spots, work them out so that it's a steady 8th note pulse all throughout. And then once I have that, then I'll think about the articulation. This is very connected. Both hands. Lift up if you want. If you want to follow their phrasing, I'm guessing the phrasing they're using is based on the words in the song, because as far as phrasing the music, I would not phrase it that way at all. I'm basing this on the song. So I'm assuming that, like in the last 2 measures of the 1st line here, that's because of the song does that. It's like somebody's taking a breath in the song. Otherwise, I would not break that there. See, I would connect pretty much everything together up until the end of the 1st measure of the 2nd line. I would connect all of that. But I am going to phrase it the way it's written because, as I said, that's probably what's happening in the song. Now, the left hand, I just go connect it all. So even when I lift up in the right hand, I'm going to still connect the left hand. Now, dynamics, go to the melody. Go up to about a moderately soft. And then here you go about a moderately loud. About a moderately loud, and then come back down. Moderately soft, now soft. So you experiment with these dynamics, and then going on. Start the second line, second measure soft, and go up. I do it like a beat at a time. Soft, a little louder, a little louder, a little louder, moderately loud. And that accent and note, that makes it up. Oh, that's a loud note. And then third line, you're soft again, like you were at the beginning. You get the idea, I hope. Left hand just stays in the background out of the way. Now on the fourth line down, there's a crescendo. You're starting this soft. And I suggest you maybe just do it a measure at a time. So stay soft. Moderately loud or so. Up to loud. Up to loud. Very loud. And then back down loud. Moderately loud. Moderately loud. Now come down to moderately soft. Now you're soft. So you kind of plan these things out. The left hand just stays in the background out of the way. Lento slow, sort of. Not dragon slow, but, you know, slow. Now they've added pedal, which is kind of nice. We'd like to have the overtones. We'd like to connect this a little bit better. It's going to be legato pedal throughout, so and it's lag pedal throughout. It's overlapping pedal. The notes do their thing first, and then the pedal immediately after. Like at the beginning, I want to start the sound before I release the dampers. So the note goes down first, and then the pedal. And when I change the pedal, it's right after I play the notes. So the pedal overlaps just a speck, not very much, just a speck. And you'll notice we're changing pedal about every beat sometimes, and that's because we want to keep the melody clean. We don't want to smear. We don't want all that. So we... And that little bit doesn't last long enough to bother. So just change them, just use the pedaling in the book is fine. Now a little bit about pedaling that'll help if you want to try this out. I have a habit of doing it, I just do it. And that is, sometimes I use the pedal to help me connect things I can't connect with the hands, like the left hand. Let's say the last two measures, for instance. You're here. Because I'm not pedaling this, So I'm here, and I'm pedaling this, but I can't connect this. I want to connect it. So what I do is I put the pedal down just long enough to connect the note, and that's it. And then change it. That way I can connect this left hand in places where I can't connect it, with the hands. I do that a lot.